Well, hi! Welcome back to my kitchen, episode 8 on tap today. And as one of our viewers reminded me, this is Savory Week. So we're putting the sweets aside and we are making dinner. You know, one of the silver lining things about this whole being at home is digging up recipes that you haven't made in a long time. And this particular one is a request from the fella behind the camera. That would be Dale. He wants some stuffed peppers. I can't remember the last time I made them, and they're wonderful. So let's make some stuffed peppers today. First of all, let's talk ingredients. Really simple, inexpensive. I have a little over a pound of ground beef. I have some gorgeous peppers. I went with a little bit of a rainbow, some green, some yellow and orange. I need a little bit of onion, of course some tomato sauce, a couple seasonings, and we're going to bake that in the oven. It's going to be really savory and delicious for our Paula's Kitchen episode 8 offering. Stick with us. Let's see how to do this. I always have to make a stop at the board so we can appreciate the artwork and also the apron. This I just got this week, surprise gift from my friend Mia. Do you not love it? Luckily I had a top that matched that glowing pink. You can't miss me in the kitchen today. Thank you, Mia. All right, we're going to turn the oven on. I need it to be at 350, which is kind of my default, because we're going to bake the stuffed peppers. And one ingredient I didn't mention is I also am going to need some pre-cooked rice, which I just made. It's sitting here on the stove. So we're going to mix that in our stuffed pepper stuffing. Let's get going. Step 1, we need to get our peppers ready. I have a big pot boiling on the stove, ready to drop these in. You have to parboil them for 5 minutes. Let me get some of these cleaned. I am so happy to have found these beautiful fresh peppers at the grocery store. So you basically are cutting off the top, and then I'm going to trim the membranes a little bit so that I can pull those out. There's no trick to this, honestly, except if you slice down a little bit with your paring knife, it becomes easier. All right. I'm so excited about these yellow ones. Look how pretty. I know it's going to make the stuffed peppers taste a little different, and I'm interested to see how that's going to come out. Meanwhile, we have a couple announcements, and I figured since I'm doing this, I might as well mention we have a couple of anniversaries that we're celebrating this week. We have Carolyn and Allison over in the UK celebrated 17 years. Their anniversary was May the 25th, just a couple days ago. Congratulations, you guys. We are so happy for you. And we have a couple that is very near and dear to our heart who were married here in Las Vegas 20 years ago on May the 27th. That would be our beloved Val and Ralph. So congratulations, you guys, on 20 years together. These Vegas marriages last. We're a testament to that. All right, you see what's going on with this. Let me just finish these up, and I am going to come back to you. We're going to drop them in the water in just a couple minutes. Back at the stove, I've got a big saucepan boiling, and I'm just going to drop my cleaned and washed peppers in for 5 minutes to parboil them. And I used one of my biggest soup pots so I could make sure that all 6 of these babies go in there. So I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes, and then we're going to go start prepping our filling. Okay, while the peppers are boiling for the 5 minutes, I'm just going to need 2 tablespoons of chopped onion. So let me do that while that's going on. I've got one of my famous little sweet onion, or actually it's a big sweet onion here. And let me just 2 tablespoons of chopped onion. And this can be a coarse chop because we're actually going to stir it in with the hamburger as we're browning it. You know me, if you've been watching me, I'm not precise whenever I'm doing savory things like onions and peppers. I always tend to err on the side of more is better. So chances are, guys, I'm going to put all of this in there. And I am. Close enough. Let's go back and check on the peppers, see if they're ready to be pulled out. All right, guys, 5 minutes has gone by. Let's pull these out, and I've got one of my longest pair of tongs. I'm just going to dump the water out of them, and this is the final pan that we're going to be baking them in. So I'm just going to go ahead and set those in there ready to be filled. And since I've got colors, let's be artistic. Let's just move these in a nice little pattern. I'll tell you what, I think I love the smell of green peppers, or peppers in general. I'm excited about this dish. All right, let's go back and make some filling. Back at the stove, I've got my big saucepan. I am going to brown the ground beef and that 2 tablespoons of onion. Now this ground beef, it's not ground round, it's ground chuck, so I don't think I actually need to put any oil in the pan. I think it's probably just going to produce its own. Let me just break that up a little bit, get it in the pan. This is very nice and fresh. I just bought it yesterday. And meanwhile, while I am doing this, let me do a birthday shout out to Dustin, who is having his 40th birthday. Dustin over in North Carolina. Sarah and we wish you happy birthday. I love doing these shout outs. They're fun. All right, we are just going to brown these 2 things, and then we're going to add a few seasonings and get our filling made. Okie doke. Wash my hands, be right back. Okay folks, you can see that about 5 minutes or so has gone by and the beef is starting to brown. It's starting to smell really good in here. So we're getting there. This is one of those really simple dinners like the sloppy joes that we did in episode 1. It's not a lot of work and it sure is good. Let's come back and check this in a couple minutes. Folks, this is done and I think I'm ready to drain off the liquid and let's get the rest of our filling made. Grab myself a lid and just pour this off. And then once we do that, we're going to add the rest of the filling ingredients right here. It's one of those lovely one-dish meals, or one-pan meals, I should say. All right, first thing in, we are going to add a teaspoon of salt, which I had measured out previously. And then, let me get this out of the way. And then it also calls for 1/8 teaspoon of garlic salt. I have to show you these amazing, adorable, teeny weeny stainless steel measuring spoons also from Mia, the same person that gave me this. So I need 1/8 teaspoon. Talk about precision. I can't go wrong with these incredible spoons. Let me grab my 1/8 teaspoon of the garlic salt. Flavor the meat a little bit. And then I'm going to need 1 cup of the cooked rice that I had already made a little bit ago. This is really nice rice, flaky, which you really want for this recipe. And then with liquid, we are going to use, in fact I need that because I need a cup of sauce. Just regular tomato sauce that you buy in the can. Let me get that in and it'll actually help me grab the last of the rice as well. That is the filling. So I'm just going to mix and stir this for a couple of minutes to blend the flavors, and then we're going to stuff the peppers. Oh, this is smelling really good already. Next up, we're putting it all together. This has mixed for a little bit, cooked a little bit. It's starting to smell wonderful. Let's turn the heat off and let's get these babies stuffed. No magic to these. Our peppers are already standing up, so we just loosely fill them with all this really good filling. This is really a one-dish meal if you just put a green salad or a fruit salad, you can call it done. So this is your protein and your starch all in one. Now the recipe says to use the remainder of that can of tomato sauce to top these and put them in the oven. I find that I'd rather have more sauce than less, so I actually opened a second can, and I'm going to use a little bit more than it called for. So first of all, I'm going to use the remainder of my first can of sauce and top each one of these till it runs out. And then I'm going to use the other one, do some more. And then we're going to put these in a 350-degree oven for 45 minutes. And we're having dinner. Yum. Hi, immediate future Paula, coming back to you. I looked at the recipe in the cookbook, and actually the 45-minute bake time is covered. So I put some aluminum foil on top of the baking dish. It's going to bake 45 minutes covered. Then I remove that, and it's going to bake 15 more. So a total of 1 hour of baking time on the stuffed peppers. Meanwhile, Chef Dale has a very special announcement.
Hey everybody, Chef Dale here. You may know me as Paula's husband, but actually I am the culinary genius behind this whole entire Paula's Kitchen. I've been slowly giving her these recipes out of my head, and she's doing okay. She's not doing bad, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to honor my brother. It's his birthday coming up this week, and I just want to say, Gary, you are one terrific husband. You are one terrific father, and thank you for taking care of our mother, who's back in a nursing home back east. He does so much for the family, and he doesn't get enough recognition as he should. And I don't see him very often. If I see him once a year, that's probably about the best we can do. Anyway, Gary, I just want you to have a terrific birthday. Know we're thinking about you, and know we love you. Okay, before we take it back to Paula, I got one more guy that wants to wish my brother a happy birthday. Oh yeah, Durango Dale.
How you doing? I haven't seen you in a long time. I heard you got that place up there in Canada, and you ain't never invited me, have you? You know, if you do, I could do some roping for you. And you know what else? I make one good smoked chicken. So if you have me come up there, that'd be great. I tell you what though, they told me I couldn't have no peppers unless I wished you a happy birthday. So from Durango Dale to Gary McKenzie, I wish you a happy birthday, bro. Have a good one.
Okay folks, 45 minutes have gone by. All I'm going to do here is pull off the foil, and they are going to go 15 more minutes. Wow, this kitchen smells amazing. I made a little fruit salad to go with this. I'm excited for dinner. Good news, my timer went off. The hour is up. The wait is over. Let's pull this out. All right, guys, so you can see why I used that extra can of tomato sauce, because we are going to want every bit of that as we cut into our peppers and spread them around on the plate for dinner. I'm going to plate these up. We are having dinner now. Actually, right now, to coin a phrase.
Let's see what it looks like. Oh man, that looks great. We have a fruit salad, we have a glass of wine, and we have a stuffed pepper, and we have a Paula over here.
So let me actually cut into the pepper, which is super duper tender now.
Let me get it.
Oh, look at that juice pouring out, and I just like to cut my pepper. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
This is fabulous.
That's great.
That's the way I like to eat a stuffed pepper. All right, let me take a bite. This is super hot. It literally just came out of the oven a minute ago, but I can't wait any longer. Oh my gosh. That might be the best thing I've made on Paula's Kitchen. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Turn the camera off. Come eat dinner. We are going to be back with you guys after dinner.
Great.
As you can see, we did a pretty good job on that. There's not much left. Paula's cutting up some birthday cake from yesterday, and we'll be back to have a piece of that. Here's the birthday cake from yesterday. Let me insert a little clip right now of the candles in the birthday cake. You're going to love it. This was a beautiful, beautiful cake.
Well, hey, it has been quite the day. We are going to enjoy this beautiful 4-tiered cake from Freed's Bakery here in Las Vegas. First time ever I had a birthday cake from Freed's. They knocked on the door yesterday. I was incredibly amazed and surprised. What a husband I have. Thank you. Mwah. Anyway, it's a lemon flavored cake, just incredible. We are going to enjoy that. Meanwhile, thank you all for watching episode 8. I'll tell you what, those stuffed peppers were great. If you want an easy weeknight supper, make some stuffed peppers. They're awesome.
Guys, thanks for joining us. Hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.